Minecraft players have been destroying villages since the dawn of time, so I forced 100 players to build their own village with miners, farmers and guards. I like to see the world burn, so I might have added custom medieval weapons, ballistas and trebuchets. Once the server opened, players started spreading across the map in search of resources and a well-protected place to set up their own village. This glowing wolf is the center of every player's colony. Once it's dead, you can't respawn anymore. Immediate tensions arose when this group of players noticed that someone had set up their wolf quite close to theirs.
Tensions are rising. Do you want to make a peace treaty? Maybe team up against other people?
In the end, the three-man group led by Game Triple PvP set themselves the goal of conquering the server peacefully through diplomacy. They aimed to be the economic leader of the server through an illegal cloning facility underground and leverage that power for their means. While other teams were still mining for resources, this team of players had already occupied the best space for a castle and collected fully enchanted iron gear. They called themselves the Horde, with the expressed goal of being the only people alive on the server. In the meantime, I started to doubt the diplomatic skills of Game Triple PvP.
Okay, I stole his chest. Running. I stole his stuff.
Right after stealing his neighbor's crops, he challenged another solo player in their vicinity and got completely dunked on. Apart from these teams, all players had evenly spread across the map to avoid border conflicts. While it did keep their wolf respawn beacon safe, it made trade and alliances mostly impractical. Team Horde, on the other hand, had leveraged their teamwork to build a castle, hire soldiers and even craft advanced ships to transport their troops. All variables for the first raid were on the table, and so they set out during a thunderstorm to take out their biggest competition. How ironic that the first threat the diplomatic team would face would be a threat that cannot be reasoned with.
Hey there, good sir. Get his ass, shoot him! He's coming towards you guys. Yes! Get his emeralds, grab his emeralds.
The defenders were unprepared and the Horde was simply merciless. One of the players tried to hide in their underground illegal cloning factory, but he forgot to cover up the secret entrance, so he got found and killed. The diplomats had thought themselves safe, because you can only kill the dog with a custom villager NPC, but Team Horde had indeed managed to transport a single fresh recruit to their base. In the end, all wolf respawn beacons would be destroyed, and their leader, Game Triple PvP, would escape to a secret cave at the edge of the map.
This is my revenge arc. Look into my eyes. I saw my entire tribe being murdered in front of me. My only friend, dog, got killed by TNT. I will come back and kill them.
I can really feel your determination, and there are bound to be interesting things happening when the power balance is restored, so here's a gift to keep you going.
Thank you very much.
But pure force was only the beginning of the Horde's plan. One of their members, Mr. Vacuum, would wander around in search of vulnerable solo players.
I helped the guy fight a witch. I said, how many hearts do you have? He said 5. I said, okay, I killed him.
Brother, that's the most Mr. Vacuum thing I've ever heard.
I did get some diamonds out of it.
Okay.
And a new set of iron armor. But we're gonna attack him in a minute either way. So I thought, let's just cripple him now. He's alone.
Don't get me wrong, I do like a bit of trolling, but wiping out a solo player after he has given you food and has been kind?
On the road again.
I have to do something. Mizukage doesn't deserve this. Yo, Mizukage.
What's up?
I've seen in the chat logs that you got jumped.
Oh yeah?
Well, I unfortunately have to tell you that they're gonna attack you in full force in just a couple of days probably.
So there's no way for me to survive or anything?
Let's say that you're 90% dead, but I have a gift for you. Who says you can't go out with a bang? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Oh, like create siege machines?
No. Okay, you have TNT, right? It makes a big explosion.
Yeah.
You can set it off from anywhere. You can place it down wherever you want. What if?
What if I create an army?
No! How would you make an army with TNT? So what if you place down a bunch of TNT?
Wait, basically, aren't they gonna explode it and kill the dog?
I mean, you're gonna die anyway if you don't trap them.
Oh, a trap.
Have you ever built a trap before?
Not really, honestly.
Okay, I'm gonna let you do it then.
Wait, basically, so like, put the TNT under here, and then, like, I dig here, put TNTs, and
Oh no, they're already here, bro. Oh no, he got slaughtered, he already got killed. Oh no. They have all the TNT now. Dude, Ericas has all the TNT now. Well, this is gonna be fun. Mizukage, you were a good one. To my relief, Ericas, the leader of the horde, accidentally hit a villager guard and their only NPC died, which makes it impossible for them to kill the dog. So instead, they burned the village down. I had thought that the killing quota had been fulfilled for the day, but they were instead headed right for the base of another player. And of course, Mr. Vacuum had discovered the base and was now doing small talk to gain the solo player's trust.
Aren't you scared of leaving your wolf alone?
I mean, I haven't really left it, per se.
Of course, Mr. Vacuum was giving instructions to Ericas all the while with the /message command.
That okay?
Dude, where? Get over here. Come up here, come here. There's someone.
Is he gonna play the I don't know them card?
Wait.
Look.
No.
There.
No.
No, don't trust him. Oh, betrayal! Betrayal! Wow, how they executed that. What? Insane. Is he gonna get away though? I know he's gotten just a ton of rotten meat, so no proper food. That's gonna make it harder for him, but... Oh, Ericas is catching up. Oh, Where is back at base with full iron. And there's only Mr. Vacuum. I think the other guys, they went... Yeah, they're so far away. They're still getting the loot.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm not alone. I'm part of a four-man crew.
I know, it's a GG's though. Good try.
I'm just not good at PvP, though. Yeah.
Were managed to mobilize his defenses before Ericas arrived, but in the end, he was simply outgeared. For the next 10 Minecraft days, I started a building competition to construct a medieval-themed Minecraft fort. For that limited amount of time, a solo player named Einar sure delivered. As a reward, he received a small elite troop of high-level Spartans with permanent strength, resistance and regeneration buffs. With riches comes greed, and although Einar, the winner of the competition, had a powerful army back at his base, the strength of his gear was average. While coming back from his ally's base, a solo player named Lebebra sprang an ambush on Einar. When Einar tried to retaliate with the full might of his troops, Lebebra expertly used his superior mobility, creepers and the bad AI pathfinding to his advantage and killed Einar for a second time. Still, Einar came back and his opponent was even more confident than ever, which, in the end, was Lebebra's biggest downfall. Just as Game Triple PvP was building 2 graves for his fallen brothers, I appeared in front of him with a deal he couldn't refuse. Good evening. I thought that there would be no better time to bring back the dead than at the funeral.
I'm not dead.
But wait. This is non-permanent. Me and my associates have found that we can bring back a Zolitoad from the dead with full diamond armor included. But you two have to fulfill one condition. I turn you into Hitman.
Yeah.
And the only target you're allowed to kill is Ericas.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Wait,
Okay,
wait.
Toad, go back to dead. Go back to being dead. Look, I think you're very cool.
What's this? Are you guys pussycats? Okay, I'm gonna throw in a helmet for you, Game Triple.
If you give me a dog, then maybe.
Oh, you're a really good negotiator. That's a lot to ask, but... Okay, done. Here's your crown. Of course, all the equipment has Curse of Vanishing and Binding. Wear the crown well.
Yeah, I cannot take it off, so I'm forced to.
Keep this between the two of us, okay? But I was not very confident that these two could take on Erika's now that the Team Horde had basically built a proper trading hall. That was quite well shown by the fact that when they met Mr. Vacuum, they got gaslit into thinking that Mr. Vacuum is not part of the Horde at all. And just 10 minutes after telling each other that their base location is a top secret, they literally invite Mr. Vacuum, a part of the Horde, to just come over. I needed another variable. It seemed that the heavens had heard my wish, because 2 new competent players joined the server and found the ruins of the old destroyed base. Because of an explosion repair mod, the illegal spawner had been regenerated, which also meant that they had access to gear in no time. Mr. Vacuum, like the little hunting dog he is, of course tracked their location down and made the biggest mistake he would ever make on the server. Because Game Triple PvP's team had brought 2 friends on the server, the power balance was shifting, and so he didn't kill the newcomers in the hopes of them becoming allies. If you die, you get set to spectator mode, and one of the people that Mr. Vacuum had killed at the very beginning, Skullet, had come back to snitch on the social engineering scheme Mr. Vacuum had been pulling. So when Mr. Vacuum came back sometime later to lay out a proper proposal after talking to his teammates, he still thought that the newcomers didn't know about his affiliations.
I'm just friendly enough with everyone I can walk into everyone's space.
We can't. I don't think we can do that to him, dude.
We have
How do you know? Who told you?
Ghost.
The ghost. Oh god.
That's Skullet. Him. Skullet. Skullet. Him. Him.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. We gotta do. Oh my god.
Well, that was good, not gonna lie.
He's gonna be
That
back.
was good.
He's gonna be back. Wait, they know now. They fucking know. They're gonna be on us.
Now that they had knowingly killed a member of the Horde, there was only one place to go. At this point, basically the entire server had rallied under Game Triple PvP's call to attack the Horde's castle. People were giving speeches, preparing boats, and training soldiers for the expedition to come. But when the message came in that the dogs of the 2 newcomers had been killed, it could only mean that they would also attack Game Triple PvP's base that was basically nearly undefended. This was finally enough to get them moving. And the Horde was indeed attacking Game Triple PvP's base. But the alliance of players luckily arrived before a dog could be killed. In a big twist, Erika's got pushed off the platform and died right at the start. And this heavily tilted the odds in the alliance's favor. Additionally, the recruits could kill players within seconds in the enclosed space, and even lava was ineffective in getting rid of him. In the end, the Horde had to go on a strategic retreat back across the river. But the Alliance had also taken losses as well, and their recruits had a hard time traversing the river. Even when Erika's came back all the way from their base, the Horde couldn't penetrate through the steel wall that were Einar's Spartans. Like, it was actually comical how he chased them through the map, but he always seemed just a tad too slow to fully capitalize on his advantage. Naturally, a drawn-out war turns into a siege, and their main target were Einar's exposed troops. Of course, the now also mostly respawned alliance retaliated with weapons of their own. But the Horde kept themselves satisfied with picking off Einar's troops one by one. Finally, they drove him into the water where his troops were basically useless, and so the general of the Spartans was felled. In the end, all resistance was mercilessly squashed, and you better subscribe